What's up, YouTube fam? How's everyone doing out there? It's been a while. Wanted to see all you guys digitally and over the web. Let's wait till we get some people to chime in. I'm gonna start getting ready. I'm gonna do some laminations on some iPhone X's and XRs, 10Rs, whatever you guys want to call them. Let's see who's out and about right now. We got 3 on there. 5. What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me okay? You guys able to hear? What's up, One Technical? How are you, man? Can you hear okay? You guys, volume sounds good? Let me know. I got an external mic running on here, so I don't want to be talking and nothing be coming out of here. Awesome, awesome. Hello, guys. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for subscribing and supporting us here at Mr. Phone Doctor. I'm doing great, man. Getting ready for this Monday. We had a crazy busy weekend. Used a lot of inventory, so I'm actually going to be doing some laminations so you guys can see how we laminate some iPhone 10s and 10Rs. And we do have a big announcement. We're actually almost at 10,000 subscribers, so we're actually be doing a giveaway. Now, I really don't know how the terms are going to go on the giveaway, but it's going to be a really, really big device. Well, it's not big, it's small, but it's going to be very handy for all you guys that want to get in the repair industry. Okay, so the total value of it's, I'd say it's probably about a $1,200 item. So it's a pretty big one. I wanted to go big for this 10K subscribers from just to show you guys all my appreciation for you guys supporting us and everything like that on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for subscribing and sharing this. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So thank you guys very much. So in case you guys are just chiming in, remember, make sure you guys subscribe, share this page. I'm actually going to come up with a separate page for the giveaway, okay, guys? So make sure that you guys stay tuned, pay attention, because one of you guys is going to win a really cool prize, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So I still don't know how we're going to do it because it's such a heavy item. It's probably about 20 to 30 pounds. It's pretty big, so I don't know if we're going to open it up for outside of US customers or just keep it for, USA only or outside the USA. If you guys wouldn't mind paying shipping, a little bit of shipping for outside USA, maybe we can do something, but I'll take a look and I'll see what the shipping costs are going to be since it is a heavy item. So I'm going to go ahead and begin, guys. Let me see. Let's do live chat. I just want to make sure that I see you guys' questions. Hello, guys. Hello. Nassim. Here we are. So, are you guys in the repair industry right now? I want to get to know you guys. What are you guys doing right now? Are you guys doing repairs or, you guys just enjoy what we do here? Where are you guys at? What field are you guys in? You guys doing repairs? You guys in the retail, B2B? All that stuff. Little more. Yes, no? Well, anyway, while I'm waiting for you guys here, I'm going to go in and begin. Oh, you got a freezer, man. Oh. Well, I hope you know on the freezer, it only works on the S8 and S8 Pluses. I wouldn't really recommend the freezer nowadays, unless you're doing big volume. If you're doing a lot of heavy, like 20, 30 screens, a freezer's going to fly through, S8, S8 Pluses. Unfortunately, the success rate on the S9s and above, it doesn't work so well. So, yeah. Well, good luck with the freezer. If you know some tips and you know how to freeze off the S9s and the S9 Pluses, let us know, Saludos. So in case you guys are just chiming in, make sure you guys subscribe and share. We are going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to laminate some screens. Let me show you guys what I have right here. I got quite a bit of screens in here that we got to get to. So I'm going to mainly focus on the iPhones, on the iPhone 10s and then the 10Rs. We had a busy weekend and I need to get some stuff replenished. Just hope you guys could see. Let me see. I'm going to set up another table so you guys could see my workflow. All right, boom. There we go. You guys could see right here. And in case you guys are interested, we did start our training courses. So if you guys go down to the bottom of one of our pages on the description, you guys can learn how we do repairs. You know, it's a step-by-step video. It's all ran through Podia, so it basically shows you guys all the tips and the tricks that we're doing here in-house. So if you guys are looking to get started, I'd highly recommend that just to, you know, to get started, because getting started is the most hardest part, you know. You can have a lot of mistakes and errors, so you're gonna have waste, all right? So when you're getting started, just be patient and be understanding that you're gonna have some waste of product. You know, we've had waste and we've just gone with it, and we've learned from our mistakes. So that's the part of everything. You just gotta learn as you go. So I'm gonna start here with some iPhone 10s. Gonna get the molds. We got them right here. Let me see. So if you guys are doing repairs, how are the repairs going? You guys doing good? Okay? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and laminate some of these OLEDs. I went ahead and pre-separated them, so they're already separated and cleaned. I'm gonna give them one last final detail, and we'll begin to laminate. And of course, before every step, you guys do want to test everything. So I'm gonna go and grab my tester, which I have right here. iPhone X tester. We'll make sure that we test everything and make sure everything's up working properly before we laminate. All right. So yeah, I remember the days when I actually just got started. You know, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and you know, I just bought a whole lot of Samsung S7 Edge screens and started tearing them apart. You know, the sad part was that majority of them we lost. You know, we lost, I'd say, all of them. So it was a terrible learning lesson, but you know, that's how I learned. You know, we probably spent, I mean, I know I probably blew about $5,000 just in screens, trying to get everything, learning how to remove the glue, how to clean, laminate, all this and that. And it wasn't until later that I found out about the, you know, the newer machines that actually worked well. So yeah, I just ended up going with those. But here we go. See, we're gonna go ahead and test, make sure the touch is fully working. And on this one, it's good to go. So we can begin laminating. And it does get expensive, guys. You know, this isn't something that's cheap, you know. I mean, everybody wants a get rich quick, you know, they just want to go do this, do that. But, you know, you got to remember there's a process. You know, you don't just go from 0 to 100. There's that in between where you're actually in there grinding and putting in all that hard work. You know, it's like, I like to compare it to like weightlifting. You don't just go from one day from being in low, you know, out of shape to being totally ripped in shape. You know, it takes practice, you know. And that's the thing, people don't see the in between. They just see like the end, you know, the end product. So you got to be patient with it and practice. I mean, I've blown, you know, I didn't blow, but I mean, it was just a lot of hours of hard work. You know, it's nothing that just comes to you naturally. You know, you got to learn how to do it, learn how to handle everything, and from there, you know, you just hone in on your skill and you just become a master. So patience, guys, patience, all right? And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I know right now with the corona shit, things are going crazy. We might have a second lockdown here in the US. Don't even know what's going on. I hope you guys are staying safe and abiding to all terms, taking care of yourself, sanitizing, and just being safe, you know? It's crazy. Crazy. All right, so, and I do have some 10Rs, depending on the time I may get to these. These actually remove the digitizer. If you guys are working on 10Rs, the 10Rs are picky little bastards. You know, you're gonna lose the touch on, I'd say, probably 80-90% of them. Okay, so that's just a tip. On the 10Rs, I just recommend you getting the glass with the TP, because majority of the time cleaning these or removing the frame, you're gonna lose a touch. We're losing it mainly whenever we're either cutting off the glass or the cleaning. It's weird, they're just so delicate. So we just decided to replace the whole glass and digitizer together, which is better, you know. So just a heads up there, guys, if you guys are working on the 10Rs, that you are going to lose touch. If it happens, don't sweat it, just go to the next. All right, let me see here, make sure we're good here. Molds need to be lined up properly. And if you guys haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on our 10K giveaway. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. It's going to be really, really cool. You guys are going to love it. I know you guys are. Gadget. I kind of want to give it away, but I'm going to wait till we get closer. And if you guys have any other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, make sure you guys check us out there at Mr. Phone Doctor as well. So I'm going to first begin by giving this a nice little clean. You always want to make sure that the displays are clean and free of any dust, because the last thing we want is dust and then we got to redo it. You know, that's just a pain in the ass. I hate working twice. Alrighty. And by the way, we actually have an S20 Plus that is coming in the works as well. You know, we actually got our hands on S20 Plus. The molds are finally out, so we'll actually go ahead and I'll make a video on that one as soon as we get the molds. I'm just waiting for the in-frame molds to come out, because we don't really like taking the phones apart anymore. We just like doing everything internal with everything assembled. That way you have all the OEM glues and everything, and it gives it a nicer, cleaner finish. So we don't really like taking the phones apart anymore. If we can, we'll do everything in frame and do it all together. So we're gonna get the glass. Make sure our settings are correct. We're gonna do AMOLED, so pressure goes down. 50-40, flat, good. Alright, we are good. And we'll get a clean cloth. Get some more light in here. And we'll give this a little detail. Very gently. Give it a nice little clean. And you do have to train your eye on this, you know. Make sure that everything is dust free or lint free. You know, our room here is actually pretty clean. We have this nice little ventilation system here. This little extractor gets all the dust and debris out, with, of course, our little humidifier that helps get everything out. Oh, the S6, man. Those are LCDs. Was it the S6 or S6 Edge that you did? And if you guys do need a repair, feel free to send them in. You know, we're still working. We're working normal business hours throughout the Corona times, so we're still here. All our technicians are still on hand, and we're working away. We do need about a 2 to 3 business time business day turnaround time to get them out. But yeah, I mean, we're getting them out pretty quick. So as long as the parts and everything like that are in stock, we've been having some shortage in parts sometimes. Like the Note 10 Pluses, it's just been, you know, we've had a little delay on a few of our customers, so I apologize. Hey, what's up, David? Ken, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, so if we did run a little bit past the 2 to 3 days, we apologize, guys. With all the shipping delays and the corona and stuff, we've been just having a shortage, so I do apologize. I'm sorry, but we do our best. Anything else, you know, we've been getting out pretty quick. Good. So that looks clean. We can go ahead and put the glass. And we like to use a little sticker or little pull tabs here. We'll get it started so it has a nice clean pull. There we go, put that on. And dust fell on it. We're almost ready. There we go, we're good. Pull off the OCA protective layer. Set the glass on. And we'll put this in our laminator here. Begin. And this takes about 1.5 minutes. You guys can check everything out. Hi, Nicola. I'm doing great. David, what's up, man? It's been a while. Glad your phone's still holding up. Great. Haven't seen you in a while, so that's good news. You must not have broken it again. That's awesome. So let me just turn this around. You guys can see everything here. Boom. There we go. So here's our settings for the laminating and our pressure dropped. Always got to keep an eye on that. Make sure the pressure doesn't drop. So we went ahead and increased it. And we'll be ready to squash. Something I'll probably do an iPhone 10. I got to open up shop here in 30 minutes. So I'll do one iPhone 10 and then I'll show you guys how we do the 10Rs with the TP Digitizer replacement. So we have the 10Rs with the TP flex on it. And I need to grab my tester for the 10R. There it is. Just so I could show you guys how we do it. All right. Because I may not have time to do all these here. Zocha on the S6 Edge, you tried one S6 Edge. S6 Edge are very difficult. There's a layer, you know, on the S6 Edges, it's weird because it's got the digitizer layer. Let me see if I have one. I can kind of show you how the S6 is. This is before they started doing the on-screen sub keys where they had the back and forward buttons on there. So you have this thin layer of, let me see, where are all my screens? I kind of want to show you that you have to get underneath, and it leaves like a little, I don't have any S6 Edge. I got plenty altogether, but on the S6 Edge, you have a clear top and bottom. Let me see if I got a naked one. I think I do. Just so I can show you what I mean, because you have to get in between that and the glass when you're removing it. S6 Edge, S6 Edge. There we go, I got one. It's dirty, I haven't cleaned it, but just so you can kind of see what I mean. See, here's the S6 Edge. You can see that on the top and the bottom, it's got the digitizer layer up on top. So the trick is on these is, on the S6 Edge, you need to get in between this layer and the glass and just saw it off, you know? because what happens is you may lose touch or you may lose some of these sub keys. You have your back button and then you have your full menu button right here. And then of course it's got this extra layer or this extra TP layer that runs on top. And if you do lose this, I mean, this is all replaceable. You can replace this if you want. You know, this digitizer layer, this will come off. You can freeze it off, pull it off, and then you'll need to reattach this flex digitizer with the flex bond machine, which we have back over here. But we really haven't done any S6 edges that often, so we really don't do these too much. But I hope that's a nice little tip that you can understand and kind of get. But yeah, you got to get right in between it, right in between that area, like I said. See, here's the S6 edge right here broken, so it overhangs. You can see the sub keys right here, and then of course, actually if you look down here, you can see the sub keys right here and then here. So you got to get in between here and then just cut very, very gently. Don't pull on it or anything, because then you could lose a sub key or you'll just damage the digitizer and then you'll have to replace it all, which it's doable. You know, we've replaced them before, but then you're gonna need another machine. I recommend just don't mess up. You know, but it's gonna take practice, because once you mess up and you start having to replace digitizers, this and that, it's just more work. You want to just do it right the first time and reduce the work time that you're working on it. All right, so our iPhone 10 is out. Let me be careful with her. But you can see here she is, right out of the laminator. See that? There's a few little bubbles, but of course, if you guys have seen my videos, you know we'll put in the autoclave. Basil, what's up, Crocodile? My croc friend, it has been a while. We've been here busy working and just trying to get new parts. You know, I really wanted to get an S20 video out as soon as possible, so I'm going to be working on that. And I'm finishing up on a Note 10 Plus video in frame, so that'll be out soon as well. But there you go, you see, this is the laminated iPhone 10. Just gotta be careful, don't drop it. Ugh, my hands. There we go. See that? So there's the iPhone 10, and there were a few little bubbles like I showed you guys. Yep, yeah, exactly, Dave. I'll put it in the autoclave. I like to put it on heat. I'm going to heat it up first for a few minutes, and I'll throw it in the autoclave. Yeah, the heat just helps melt all the glue and everything, but you can see that the bubbles there are really minimal. You know, I mean, with time, if you just set them out, they may disappear, but we do like to put it in our flux capacitor. I'm going to set them in here for now, even though I'm not going to run it, but I like to heat them all up. So that was an iPhone 10 lamination. If you guys have seen my 10R video, I actually broke the LCD. And you know what? Let me, give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to put you guys on pause. Hey, what's up, Mom? All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Quick little break. All right. So yeah, if you guys saw my 10R video, you guys noticed that I did break the LCD. One of these pins on here was actually bent. So when it went down and squashed on the LCD, it was pointing in and damaged the actual LCD. So that video was a fail. Boo. But we all learned, right? Make sure that these pins are straight. So what I'm going to do is, next I'm going to go ahead and do the 10R. I like to first test the digitizer, make sure that the digitizer is working properly. And by doing so, we just simply plug it in to our tester. So that's plugged in. And then we'll go ahead and plug in our 10R right on top of that. And then we'll of course put the power, and I'll just lay this all down and boot it up. And there we go. And then of course we wanted, the digitizer is an actual touch layer, so we want to make sure it's fully working. So I'm going to go ahead and once it boots up, I'm just going to go through, do a touch test, make sure that the touch is responding. Once we confirm that it has a good touch, we can go ahead and laminate the OCA onto the digitizer, and then we'll laminate the glass OCA onto the LCD. So there we go. We got good working touch here. See that? And then if I wanted to, I can do this where it, there you go. You can see better that it's working. So it's good. Digitizer's good. We'll go ahead and kill it. So digitizer's good. We're gonna need the molds for the 10R. Ugh. We got a lot of molds now. Gotta move through them. Good thing I got these on wheels. 10R molds. Give them a little cleaning. And we're going to use this black one first. This black one is for the OCA. Good. And we're going to use the LCD. Actually, we're not going to use LCD. We're going to use the glass one. This is the glass one. So we're going to go ahead and use the glass mold. Set this in here. Good. And we are going to need OCA. These don't come with the OCA pre-installed, so OCA we need. And we're going to go ahead and line it up. Once we have this lined up, we can go ahead and layer down onto the mold. There she is. Good, good. That's done. I like to get my settings proper before I remove anything, just so it's less airtime for something to fly on the OCA. We'll set this in here. And there is a protective sheet on here you do want to remove. Make sure you remove that. And then what I like to do is I just like to put a little piece of tape right here. Tape this down so it doesn't damage the IC. If you notice, the actual IC is right here. See that IC? So if you don't want it to be like this and it squash and tear it, so I just like to tape this down. I'll just use a little piece of pull tab right there, just like so. And then we'll go ahead and remove this top layer, protective layer, and then we'll be able to laminate. Good, good. Now, learning from my last mistake, let's make sure these are all straight, not bent. We don't want anything bending in and hitting the LCD and causing it to break. But it looks good. I'll double check on the next step when it really matters, because right now we're just doing the OCA. Alright. Done. So this one takes about a minute. Once it's done, should be bubble free, and then we can go ahead and laminate the LCD onto the digitizer. I'm going to get to some of you guys' questions. Let me go on here real quick. Hey David, yes, we do charging port replacements. Just depends what model. Thanks, Basil, appreciate it. And if you guys are barely chiming in, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm gonna have a link. I don't know if I'm gonna make another video and just put the link here or in the other video, but we're gonna go ahead and do a giveaway, and it's gonna be a pretty great giveaway. You guys are gonna really like it. So I really appreciate each one of you guys' support. We're almost at the 10K subs. Long flex pre-solder digitizer. Yes, we do. We do use the long flex. Or no, we do not use that. We solder. But to be honest with you, Mighty Mo, we really don't do a lot of the iPhone 10 digitizer replacements. You know, we're actually at a good pace where we haven't lost touch. So, but if we did use one, we would actually use the soldered one. It's just better and it's original. You know, the other one's an aftermarket. So we don't like to use anything but originals. Good. So you can see the OCA, it was applied. She's perfect. Gonna make sure there's no bubbles or anything like that. Looks good. Now, of course, we do want to test it again. I like to always test because I don't know if there may have been damage from the first pressure on the OCA, damage the digitizer. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it into our tester and test it again, just to make sure. You know, you always want to double check, and that way you're not working twice. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in to our tester. There we go. So she's plugged in. Boot it up. Looking good so far. And it looks like I'm gonna have just enough time to finish this one up, and then I gotta open up shop. So I'll finish this one. There she is. See that? Trying to get rid of that glare. There we go. See, so digitizer's working. Good. So we can go ahead and move to the next step and laminate the OCA glass onto the LCD. I'm just going to turn it off. Inglés. I'll just kill the power. If I can. Come on. Shut down. Alright, good. Done. Done. Alright. What's up, David Smallman? Cool. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and laminate the LCD onto the new digitizer glass. So remember, guys, if you're doing 10Rs, just buy the digitizer and the glass. Don't buy the glass only, because I'd say 80-90% of the time you're going to lose the touch on these XRs and you're going to be stuck with all this glass. So don't buy the glass. Let me see. That I had a comment come in. I'm trying to see how many iPhone 10s, to be honest, Daniel, we really don't do too many. Majority of the repairs that we're doing are Samsungs, you know. Samsungs is pretty big. Yeah, we probably do like one iPhone 10. Yeah, we do like a couple a week. Majority of the time, it's all Samsungs, you know. Reason why is because there's a lot of repair shops and they sell aftermarket screens, you know, and aftermarket screens now are, you know, pretty inexpensive. Only downside on the aftermarket iPhone 10s is that they're making LCDs, and you got to remember, Apple designed the iPhone 10 and those series with AMOLEDs, but now, you know, they're making iPhone 10s out of LCDs, which, you know, I really don't know. I can't really speak for them as far as the quality is. So, you know, we don't sell iPhone 10 LCDs just because, you know, they're just not designed for it, and quality-wise, they may not last or hold up. You know, I got to do a little bit more research and maybe get like a dummy phone that I can just use with an LCD, put it through like a test and see how resilient they are. Oh, awesome. You're in Moscow. Some guys invite you to New York. Yeah, go to New York. It's big, you know. Um, so you're doing LCDs? iPhone 10 LCDs, you mean, or like, or AMOLEDs? I really hate that, Bumpo. It's just Apple, they're trying to, you know, discourage customers from getting their phones repaired at mom and pop or smaller repair shops, you know. But the thing is, if you educate your customer, let them know, say, hey, you know what, customer, if we do replace this LCD, if it's completely damaged, you're gonna get a notification, but it's gonna go away, you know. But that's why now refurbishing is gonna be big, because if their screen is only broken and their AMOLED or the LCD is still fully working, they won't get that display because you're going to be using the same LCD. Now, the only measure that I see that they're going to get that error display is if you replace the digitizer, because that code is built into the digitizer IC, you know. So if you replace the digitizer, you lose touch on it, then they're going to get that error. But it'll still be an original LCD. You know, you just got to educate your customers, let them know ahead of time of what they're going to be getting, and just give them that experience. You know, you want to let them know. You know, because if you don't tell them and they just go out the door and they come back, hey, I got this error, then, you know, it's all about educating your customers. Let them know what's going to go on in the process, and what may happen during the repair. You know, you may lose touch, you may not. So, hope that answers your question as far as that. But then again, I'm not really happy with Apple's ways of how they do that. You know, I just wish they would allow other people to go get their phones fixed wherever they want. I mean, it's like a car. You know, if you go to a car dealership, you don't have to go back to that dealership for repair. You know, you have O'Reilly's, you have AutoZone, you have Pep Boys, you have all these different places where you can get parts for your car and fix it. You know. And yes, of course, there is going to be some inferior parts out there. That's why you want to stick to just genuine, which is what we like to stick to. We only stick with genuine parts. We don't like using any aftermarket stuff, you know. In the beginning, when the technology first releases, you may only be able to get aftermarket, but we usually just try to, you know, anything that we lose touch on, we'll set it aside until the original ICs come out that we can put it together. So, I don't know, we have a little process here where we set stuff aside. We'll go to it when we get time. So next up, let's go ahead and laminate the LCD onto this glass. And with this flex, if you guys notice, it kind of does pop up. See that? It's kind of popped up. So what I like to do, I just use a little piece of Scotch tape right here, and I just tape it down. See that? It keeps it down on the dill, so that way it doesn't pop up, because whenever you set it on this mold, it does pop up a little bit. It'll pop up a lot more if you don't tape it. So that's a little secret that we like to do, is just tape it so that way it sits flush here on this mold. And of course, I want to make sure everything's aligned properly. And I'm going to put one more piece of tape. Should be good. Okay. Good, 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 good. And we'll give a clean. So I like to give a first pass with rubbing alcohol you know, just get all the bulk glue and any kind of thick residue out. I'll go through with alcohol, and once I have that nice and clean, I'll go through with our contact cleaner. Give it a nice smudge-free surface for the Olka to stick to. So normally we could probably do about, I'd say 2, 3, maybe 4 an hour. Right now I'm just, you know, talking with you guys, having a good time, so my workflow is a little slow. But when you really get into the rhythm and start doing this, then, you know, you could really do quite a bit of screens in one time. All right, she's looking pretty. Good, good. We'll go ahead and put the glass digitizer. Set her in the mold. Taper down, just like so. And then we'll go ahead and begin revealing the Olka. And make sure this is dust free. Looks good. And then of course the pins, I'm gonna make sure these are not bowing in, and they're gonna clip the LCD so they look nice and straight. Let's get our pressure set. Good. All right, she looks beautiful. And one little piece of dust. Good. Looks clear. Laminate this about 1.5 minutes, and that'll be the iPhone XR Digitizer replacement. Let me go back to some of you guys' questions. Let's see. Yeah, Daniel, my email is Javi at MrPhoneDoctor.com. Zolcha, yes, you know what? We launched our training courses. It actually goes in depth on how to replace the Samsung screens. I haven't done the Apple training course yet, but if you go to podia.com, I believe it's in a link, so you can see it all there in one of our description videos. It's a Podia. I believe it's MrPhoneDoctor.podia.com. You know what, Golu, right now we're only doing glass replacements and hardware. You know, like we'll swap out components, charging ports, batteries, and all that. But as far as like micro solder or anything like that, we don't do any micro solder jobs or work. You know, that's just, I don't know, to me, I mean, it's a great deal, but I just feel like those kind of repairs are just too intricate, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, you could get them fixed, but me personally, I mean, we enjoy doing the glass and swapping out the hardware as they damage and break. So we usually send out our micro solder drops outsource those. All right, so here is the 10R Digitizer. Here she is. Check it out. Look at that, bubble free. Bubble, bubble, bubble. No bubble. No bubble belly tuna. All right, let's plug this in. Reset. Boot it up. And there she is. The 10R. That's the Digitizer replacement. So I made up for my failure on that 10R glass or Digitizer replacement with Ghost Touch. So that is it right there. See that? So she's working. Let's see, Golyu, what did you say? You said, I'm just worried about the future. Like, I want to learn glass repair, but after paying $1,000, I'm worried. Nah, man, you're gonna be good, bro. You'll be good, my friend. Don't worry. You know, I mean, this is the future right here. You gotta understand, Apple is already starting to put notifications on their screens and all their parts and everything, you know. But the thing is, it's still gonna work. You just gotta educate your customers. So this refurbishing is the future. You know, it's been around for a good couple years. I've been in it for about 4 or 5 years, and you know, year over year, we're doing great. So I wouldn't be scared. And of course, you know, depending which region you're in, your demographics and all that stuff, you know, there's a lot you can do with it. So you got to remember, it's just not fixing phones for customers. You know, you can buy phones, fix those phones, sell them. You know, buy broken phones, fix them. You know, there's different avenues in how you can create revenue to support this. You know, and that's one thing that I do want to share with all my partners is how, you know, how to get the screens, you know, how to get broken screens, broken phones, and how to generate revenue. You know, you just can't just rely on just one revenue stream. You got to do different types of deals, you know, cell phone plans, cell phones, repairs, you know, data transfer services. You know, you just got to do more than what the others are doing, and then from there everything just grows. And that's one thing that I do want to share with all our partners that do want to get affiliated and want to offer these types of services. You know, I'm going to show you guys how we do everything, and that way you guys can make a decent living and survive, you know. And of course, you know, do these repairs with less error startup, you know, because getting started, that's the hardest thing. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to get discouraged. I mean, I remember the days I was spending hours and hours a night messing with these S7 Edge, S6 Edge, losing touch, losing screens. It gets expensive, you know. And then when you start losing money like that, you get discouraged. So my main point in these videos is to get you guys on the right path right away, quick. Show you guys what you're doing wrong and get you guys in the right direction so that you have less of that learning curve to go uphill. So it just helps you get through faster. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to jump online and say what's up to you guys. It's been a while. We've just been crazy busy here and trying to get things going, and we're doing really good. So on behalf of my team, I just want to thank all you guys, and appreciate you guys' support for subscribing. Make sure you guys subscribe, because 10K is right around the corner. Once we hit the 10,000, we're going to give you guys a really awesome surprise that can definitely jumpstart your repair business or any hobby on the side. So thank you guys once again, and if you guys are interested, check out our Portia courses. I'll leave a link in the description. You guys have a great, fantastic Monday, and hope you guys crush your week. Thanks. Cheers, guys.